Hello students, we will be discussing about adoption and diffusion. This is in continuation with the previous lecture. In the previous lecture, we saw about innovations and the different types of innovation, the orientations like firm orientation, product orientation, market orientation, and consumer orientation. And we saw that the orientation we got wide attentions were the market orientation and the consumer orientation. So in this, we are continuing. Now we will be discussing the diffusion of innovations. Now we have discussed about innovation. Then we will be discussing about the two topics, that are diffusion of innovations and adoption. So the issue that marketer need to address while launching new product and services, whether the modified product or service offering would be accepted by the market segment or the target they are um, hitting, how quickly would the product or service would be accepted by the target segment. So these two issues are coming under the purview of diffusion of innovations. The product will be accepted by or not, or if they are accepting, then how quickly they are going to accept that particular product or service offering. So first of all, we need to understand the difference between diffusion and adoption. So diffusion is a macro process. It is a bigger process or a broader picture that deals with the spread of new products or services amongst the potential market. It relates to the acceptance or rejection of innovation by the segments. So diffusion is a major, or you can say a wider perspective, which is dealing with uh, the spread of new product or services, as well as it relates to the acceptance of rejection of innovation by the target segment. Then if we are talking about adoption, it is a micro concept. It lays emphasis on the various phases or stages through an individual passes while accepting and rejecting the new product or service offering. So diffusion is, it relates to acceptance or rejection, but in adoption we are moving to a deeper way. Here we are seeing the phases or the stages through which the consumer have to pass through before accepting or rejecting the new product or service offering. So innovation, we have already seen that it refers to the newness of product or services, and the various orientation we have already seen. So diffusion process starts with the innovation, how quickly the innovation spread, how they are assimilated within the market. Here, diffusion of innovation is the process by which an acceptance of new product or service is spread through the different communications like mass media, salespeople, informal communication to members in the target market over a period of time. So it is the elements of diffusion process are innovation, channels of communication, and the social system. So marketing communication takes place between the marketeer and the potential market, or you can say the target segment. It could be in the form of personal or impersonal communication. Personal communication can be through the salespersons or the consumers, whereas the impersonal communication means there is no face-to-face communication is there, which could be in the form of print media, audio visual media, etc. Interpersonal communication that takes place between consumers themselves or within members of the target segment. It could be in terms of word of mouth, or through within the consumers, or through the opinion leader they are getting some kind of messages. So diffusion of innovation is all about how the innovation is spreading and how they are assimilated within a market. So entire process is diffusion of innovation. So the main element of diffusion of innovation are innovation, channels of communication, social system, time. So the innovation, the first step is innovation, and innovation is an idea, practice, or the product perceived to be new by the relevant group. On this we have already seen. See, product innovation or the new product is any product that has been recently introduced in the market or perceived to be new when compared to the existing product. So innovation can be different from different perspectives and from different orientation. This we have already seen in the previous lecture. We had a detailed discussion on the same different orientations. So we will be moving to the next slide. That is, we are talking about the 6 categories of new product in terms of their newness to the company and new to the marketplace. So how the product can be new to the market or new to the company. So the 6 categories has been introduced by these three personalities, Booz, Allen and Hamilton. The first one is the new to the world. This means new product that create an entirely new market. Then new product lines means new product that allow a company to enter an established market for the first time. They are entering to the market for the first time. Additions to the existing product lines means new product that supplement a company's established product line. Simply they are adding another product line to the existing ones. Improvement or revision over the existing product, new product that provide improved performance or greater perceived value or replacing the existing ones. So there is slight modification in the existing products in terms of attributes or packaging, labeling, etc. Repositioning existing product that are targeted to the new market segments. Suppose a product is targeted in the northern India, then the same product will be targeted to the southern India or the eastern India. Then cost reduction, new product that provides similar performance but at a lower cost. So there the product will be available at a cheaper rate. So these are all the innovativeness in the product and services. The innovative product can be termed as a new product. So it is difficult to give the new concept. So this have been categorized into 6 categories. Second thing is the channels of communication is how quickly an innovation spreads through the market depends to a great extent on communication between the marketeers and consumers and the communication among the consumers. So how quickly the innovation is spreading amongst the market and to a great extent on communication, that is between the marketeers and communication consumers and the communication among the consumers. So researchers are interested in diffusion, particularly attention of the transmission of product related information through various channels that impact both the message and the channel and the adoption of new products. The central concern is the relevance, relative influence of impersonal sources as well as the interpersonal sources. So it is a greater topic of research nowadays that how transmission of information is going on and how the impersonal sources and the interpersonal sources are going to influence your communication. This we have already seen that there are two types of communication that are that is between marketeer and the consumer, as well as the communication among consumer, which can be in the form of in the form of word of mouth. This we have seen that communication will be of two types. Now coming to the sources, how what could be the sources that are affecting the diffusion of innovation? First could be the commercial sources. It could be the salesperson through advertisement they are getting information, the sales promotion techniques that are making aware people about the product and services. Personal sources could be the family, friends, neighbors, and the acquaintances, peers, colleagues with whom you are working. These are the personal sources who are giving you information regarding the product or services. Then experimental sources means demonstration, handling samples. You took the sample of particular product or service and experienced yourself. And the public sources could be mass media, consumer rating organizations, or the reviews given by consumers on various sites like nowadays Amazon, Flipkart, or various e-commerce companies are giving options to the consumers who have already purchased the products to give their reviews regarding a particular product. They are sending a feedback messages through email and WhatsApp, through which they are getting information about their product and services, how well satisfied they are, and how they are feeling after the purchase of the product. So the third component, or you can say the third element of diffusion process, is the social system. The diffusion of a new product usually takes place in a social setting, which is frequently referred as the social system or the market segment to which they are targeting. A social system in a physical, social, or cultural environment to which the people belong or within they are functioning. So, in terms of consumer behavior, the target market or the target segment are the synonymous with the social system. So, social system is simply the target segment which we are targeting. So the social system depends on the product or service, its usefulness, and its very basis for the existence. So the social system might, for example, if we are talking about a new hybridized corn, the social system might consist of all the farmers in a number of local communities for long run. The social system might consist of all the physicians with several specified cities. So for a new spatial duct product, the social system might include or the recipient of the genetic community. So social system is simply we are talking about the target segment we are targeting. The social system has wide repercussions on the diffusion of a product or service. First, the new product or service is discussed or evaluated within the member of the social system through interpersonal communication or through opinion leader or through word of mouth. So, new product is discussed or evaluated within the members of the target segment through the interpersonal communication means consumers are communicating with each other. Second, the philosophy and the resultant orientation with respect to the culture, traditions, values, and norms also impact the diffusion process. The social system impact the ultimate adoption and the assimilation of innovative offering. In order to be accepted quickly and penetrate successfully, the marketer needs to keep the social system in mind and they have to design their product mix accordingly. So the product or service will be discussed in among the target markets, consumers in the target market, and the opinion leaders and the word of mouth. And the second is the various cultures, traditions, values, and norms are also affecting the diffusion process. So the marketers have to design the product mix and the marketing mix according to the target segment. And the fourth element is the time, which is a very important factor in the diffusion of innovation as it determines the pace at which the innovation and the assimilation of innovating offering will happen. So how quickly the people will assimilate the product or they will accept the innovative product will depend on the time of diffusion of innovation. So the amount of time, the amount of purchase time means the average time that a consumer would take to adopt the new product or servicing, new product or service offering. This would include the total time between the consumer's initial awareness till the final acceptance or rejection of a new product or service. So total amount of time sorry, the amount of purchase time means the time at which the consumer was aware about the product and he made the final decision about accepting the product or rejecting the product. The entire time period is important for the diffusion of innovation. So time as a factor has a relevance in diffusion process in the sense it assess the total time it will take for a new product or service offering to get diffused or adopted by the market at large. If the average purchase time is less, it can be assumed that the diffusion would be faster. Means the consumer is going to accept the product very easily. Then we are talking about the rate of adoption and the identification of product adopter categories. It refers to the period that is taken for a new product or services to be accepted by the target market. It measures how long it takes a new product or service to be adopted by the members of target market. So it refers to the period that is taken by the target market. So we have seen that the political, economical, cultural, technological, the rate of adoption have been is becoming faster because people are getting quickly getting aware about the product through various technological or various social media platforms available. The marketer are also aiming are using those social media platforms to make consumers aware about their product or offering. The marketer also aims at the rapid acceptance of his offering. so that they can get maximum advantage as a first mover, as he designs his marketing needs as per the needs of the market segment across the international culture and communities. If the rate of adoption is lesser, so the marketer will also get the benefit of first mover, because they have designed the marketing mix according to the need of the segments. So the rate of adoption should be less, so that the consumers can accept or reject the product in a shorter period of time. So in the next lecture we are going to understand about the various adopter categories, and what are the process for the innovation, consumer decision process for innovation. So this is all for today's lecture. Thank you.